Here's a quick tutorial on how to do the APM on an iPhone. So I'm at 198 dice. I'm going to go into airplane mode. Make sure your Wi-Fi is shut off. I lost a ton of dice the first time I tried this. So now we're going to go up and we're going to keep track of the dice. That looks like a 4. I hate when, oh no, that was a 5. Phew. And we're going to keep rolling and just keep in track until we lose internet. You never know when that's going to be. Sometimes it's quick, sometimes it's not. Usually if you hit a railroad, that'll send you automatically. Here's a 5. And we hit a railroad. And this is gonna, and it sent us to the no internet. So now what you wanna do, you're gonna close out. You're gonna delete the app. You're gonna turn your Wi-Fi back on and airplane mode off. You're gonna re-download the Monopoly Go app. So this is for the iPhone, not Android. Android's a little easier from what I've seen, but I didn't really pay too much attention to that because I have all Apple. But this works for iPads or iPhones. Then you load your account back up. And I'm connected to Facebook. I don't know if Apple ID works. I'm scared to try it. But if you do, let me know if it works for you. So now we're back to where we started, 198 dice and the same spot. And we know that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is nothing for us. So we are going to do just the 1. And each multiplier has its own set of predetermined dice. So theoretically, you could go through each multiplier and figure out what are the best rolls, but just for the sake of showing you how it's done, that's how I'm going to do. So we did the 1 instead of the max, so we didn't get the 5. Our next one is going to be an 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a crap roll, so we're going to just let it go. Now next up is 6, which is nothing in this tournament, so we're going to keep it on the single multiplier. And it's just a coincidence that we had the same one. So now 5 brings us to a railroad. So we're going to move it up to the max. And we're at 5. Hit our railroad. And now we're going to attack ourselves because we know we're down and get those guaranteed points. And we got some Peggy. So now our next roll is a 10, which we know is going to be another railroad. So we're going to stay at the max. And this is a bank heist on ourselves. This is fantastic. That's a nice pull. And I did see that what you get is predetermined, so it doesn't really matter what you pick. At least when I tried the few times on airplane mode, I got the same. So now our next stop is the jail. Do we do the max and hope we get doubles? My last 2 rolls, I got doubles. Let's try it. Bummer. So now our 10 is going to bring us to go. So we're just going to do this, the single roll, which was a coincidence that that was also. And now 7 brings us to a chance. My chance that I had the last time I opened was a money. So I'm due for a money on the chance. I'm not going to go for it. Now we went through all of our rolls. So now we do the same thing again. Put ourselves back in airplane mode. Roll on the max. So that's 5, 4, 2, 4, 6, 5, 10. This one's going for a white. See, my chance is money, so I don't want anything to do with that. That was a 3. It's an 8. And we hit a railroad, so we're probably losing internet. And there it goes. So now we're gonna delete the app. Turn airplane mode off, Wi-Fi back on. We're going to re-download. So the more dice you get, the higher multiplier you can use. And it's like the snowball effect. When it's small, it takes a little while to grow big, but once it's big and it really grows, that's when you start seeing all those 10 and 20,000 dice. And I think I'm starting to see people at 100K. And it takes a little while and a little bit of luck, and hope you land on your spots often enough. And just try to keep saving your dice so you can get the higher multipliers. Now we're back in. Our dice is back up. So I wasn't supposed to be there. Let's see where our 10 takes us, because I have 5. Something happened. Interesting. Well, what we're going to do then is we're going to cross out these dice, go back into airplane mode. I'm going to have to rewatch this back and see what caused that. And I'll leave an edit on the caption. So, we're in airplane mode. Our first roll is a 5. So we're going to turn it back on. Okay, I'm here. So I'm just going to test to see if the first roll is a 5. And it is. Okay, so we're back in business. Go airplane mode. So that's a 4. That's a 2. It's a 4. So that chance card is a dice, so we know we want that. So that was 6. That was 5. That was 10. 3. 8. 6. 6. It's 8. And there goes the internet. Now let's make sure this worked. We're going to delete. Download. Oh, guess it would help if I turn my Wi-Fi back on. I really want to know if the Apple ID works too. I think it should, because when I got my new iPad, I was able to carry my account over. All right, so our first roll is a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, which we know is nothing. So we're going to cross that off. Our next roll is a 2, which is also nothing. Our next roll is a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, which is, again, nothing. This roll is a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that, again, is nothing. Next roll is a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's nothing. And on the 1 multiplier turned into dice. Or not dice, a railroad. So we're going to go to Agreeable Goose. Because she's down. All these people that get offended by getting hit. I mean, do you really think I'm losing all that money every time someone hits? No, because I don't leave that much money. All right, so our next one up is 10, which we know is a railroad, so we're going to max it. And I don't trust that, so we're going to go to where we know we're down. Because we want to capitalize and get as much points as possible to move up, because this is how you really move up and get into the tournament. Like, remember, we started with the 198 dice, and now this is going to be big. What I will do, 1, 2, 3. So that's actually going to give us some turning points. Oh, geez. Well, there it was. I was there too. So I did it. So 7, 8. So now that we have this big multiplier, what I'm going to do is scratch out the rest of my 10, and I can go up as high as 50 now. So it's timed, so you have to be careful. So that's 8. Oh, we're going to keep that on because we don't want to time out on it. So now we're going to the railroad at times 50. And it's a heist. You gonna be good to me and give me those rings? No. Bastards. But I got the 200 points. And 100 dice. So now we're going to go back into airplane mode. And that was 2, 5, 5. And those will be the same cards. So again, we lost internet. You get a sneak peek of what's in your next deck because those cards don't change. Every time I was playing this last night, it kept changing. So that's basically it. Now I'm going to go back in, download it, and play at my 50. See, hopefully I can get something out of these two. Any questions, just let me know.